The process of 3D animation can be very complex, but if you can break it down into manageable chunks, you can get great results. The first is the modeling phase, which is the creating of 3D objects in your scene. You create things like points, edges, and polygons, and manipulate those to create the 3D shapes. Next is the texturing phase, which is the process of adding surface and color to the objects in your scene. When you first create your objects, there will be a dull color, but applying textures to them will help determine what your objects look like to the viewer. Next is the lighting phase, which is the process of illuminating objects in your scene. You use these special objects called lights, and you use those objects to illuminate your scene. Next phase is the animation phase, which is the process of adding movement to your object using a technique called keyframing. This idea spans across the 2D and 3D world, and Cinema 4D has some very robust keyframing tools. Next is the rendering phase, which is where you create pixels from the objects, text, or lights in your scene. Those pixels can then be saved in a variety of formats that can be used in other programs as part of a compositing workflow. The last phase is the compositing phase, where you manipulate your renderings that you produce in Cinema 4D in another package like Photoshop, After Effects, Nuke, and so on. This is where your images will really come to life. As awesome as Cinema 4D is, it is just a step in the process, and the renderings that you get will almost always be manipulated further in a compositing package. So, these are the basic steps to take in your animation process. Sometimes you follow them out of order, sometimes you add steps in between, but the whole idea is breaking up your process into manageable chunks, and this will always help get you to your goal. By breaking this process into these tasks, Cinema 4D makes 3D animation very approachable, allowing you to make projects that look great and get through them in much less time.